And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
One of the things that you know if you watch my reviews is I'm a huge theme fiend. I love theme in games. And I'm getting tired of the same themes over and over. And I like themes. You know, there's great Euro games where you move cubes around and get points, and that's fine, but I love a good theme behind it. So I was really excited when I heard about the networks from Gil Hova because I love the idea of this theme. I love the idea of being your own TV network and having shows in different places and getting shows of different, getting stars in those shows. And I really want that to work. I mean, I want the game to be good, and I want the theme to be good, because several of these games with this theme have come out over the past years, and they haven't usually been either good games, at least that I've heard. So I was hoping, let's find out if I'm right. Each player is going to start with a network, whether it's PKW, Moo TV, ICS, VCK, or U62 TV, and you'll start with 3 pretty horrible shows. Here we got Unlocking Your Cat's Psychic Potential, Breath Mints Around the Globe, and Emergency Broadcast Test Hour. You'll stick one in your 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10 p.m. slots. It doesn't matter which one goes in which slot, because they're all awful. You also get a very generic ad. Here we have Hulkini's Jalapeno Hot Sauce, and a star. Here we have a talent show winner. And these will go in your green room. Those are cards that you can put out. And as this game goes by, you are going to be trying to get better shows in different slots. And each show is going to be giving you essentially points or viewers in this instance. So here I might get Cyber Slug versus Mecha Earthworm. So if this is in slot 8, if this is at the 8 p.m. slot, it's going to give me 9 viewers. And if it's in any other slot, it's going to give me 7. So I might stick it in my 9 o'clock slot, and when that happens, the one that's in this slot is going to go to my reruns area, where it's going to give me 1 viewer. I flip it upside down, and then after 1 season, it's going to go to my archives, where nothing really matters. However, sometimes stuff in archives matter because you're trying to get a whole bunch of sci things. So when I have this here, this Cyber Slug versus Mecha Worm, I'm going to have cubes on all the different things here. This cube here is a track to see how many viewers you have. It just so you can keep track as each turn goes by. But also, the first time you put the Cyber Slug verse out, if it's in the 8 p.m. slot, it would get 9. I have it in the 9 p.m. slot, so it's only going to get me 7 viewers. In Season 2, it gets me 11 viewers, and then in Season 3 and 4, it only gives me 1 million viewers, okay? So I might want to change it out at that point in time and stick this one in the reruns where it's going to get me 2 viewers. Many times when you put these shows in your area, some shows require a star, like Celebrity Rhinoplasty needs a star. So when I do that, I could add, for example, this talent show winner, and you can see that they have these numbers here. So she'll add to the numbers as time goes by, and you'll get bigger and better stars, like the New Year host here, or medical drama mainstay, or the charity infomercial mainstay, or the socially conscious star, or cable series star. Sometimes when you get these people, you have to rotate this unless that show has ads, and then they're not nearly as useful. Their stats are lower. So there's different kinds of stars that you can get. And you can add ads to a show. Many of the stars that you add to a show, like the Serial Award winner, they're going to cost you money every year. This guy's going to cost you $5 million to buy him, and then he's going to cost you $1 million every year. Well, ads will give you money every year, so it's useful to get ads and add them to a show also. So you have a board here that you're going to keep track of everyone's viewers over the course of the game. Each player has a cube that's going to go around, and after the first turn, this flips over and becomes the rest of the track. And this is going to show you how many cards you're going to put out each round. You're going to have stars that are out there that players can buy as their action. When you buy a star, you'll take them and stick them in your green room. And then as another action, you can move a star to a TV show that can handle it. You'll be able to take different TV shows. Like here's the Wacky TSA Agent, or Old Folks Complaining. Each TV show is a different type, which might matter. And they might have an optional, this one can take an optional star or an ad, or they might have a requirement, like Very Charismatic Explosions has a requirement of ads. And the different shows are going to change as the seasons come by. There's shows for seasons 2 and 3, and there's shows for season 4 and 5. Here's How I Left Your Father. Paisley is the new Burnt Umber. I don't know, that's probably making fun of something. Here's Broken Worse. And so each of these shows are going to give you different things depending on what slot you put them in. Monday Night Football, and Babylonian Idol, Dr. What. So this one requires a star, and then you can have an optional another star or an ad in it. So this one needs one ad and can possibly have another ad added to it. Here's Found. That's a great show. It answers all the questions in the previous show. You can also get more ads, and when you take an ad, you'll get money, and you have other ones. And sometimes, though this ad gives you 2 million, but this one, it says rotate unless the show's on at 8 p.m. So if it's at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., it's only going to give me an extra million. So some of the things need to be rotated. So players are going to go back for taking actions. Some of these actions, they'll be taking network cards, which are basically action cards. Like this one, it says, as you take this card, place an available show on it without paying, and you can spend a developed show action to put this show in your lineup. So this one gives you exclusive rights to a show. This one here, you can keep this and play it at some point in the future. Play to keep up to 2 stars from a single canceled show. Your show's canceled, and usually you discard stars. This lets you keep them. Here I can immediately score viewers for one of my shows, and then I'll age the show, so the show will go down 1. Here, this one, I can play after an opponent has played with a one-time network card, one of these, and I can play that player 3 million and cancel or take that card from them. Now this card has an eye on it. That means these are interactive cards. If you don't like mean things, you can take these out of the game. This one had an A on it, which means it's more of an advanced card. So you can set up your deck of these network cards. So every round, people are going to take cards, but at some point you're going to want to pass. When you pass, you're going to go to this drop in budget area right here, and the first person to pass will get either money or viewers. So when you pass, and you'll get to go first in the next round. But you want to pass earlier rather than later to get more stuff. But if you wait, you can do more actions as time goes by. After every season, a few things you'll keep track over here with what season you're in. Players will get viewers for all their shows. Then their shows will age. Some shows they will get moved from the reruns to the archives, and you keep going until the end of the game. And then whoever has the most viewers that they've gotten over the course of the game is the winner. The game is good. Okay, so let's talk about the theme first of all. Love the idea of the theme. Love the idea of having TV shows and moving them around and adding stars. And they did a good job. I mean, this is one of those games where I'm like, oh, I wish they had the rights to put out all these shows. Like, I love to say, hey, I'm playing Lost, and starring in Lost is, this famous actor, I got Denzel Washington in Lost or whatever. That would be a fun thing to do. But, obviously you can't do that. So they parodied it, right? All the different shows. Found is for Lost. My only thing about the parodies is probably with the stars themselves. Like here we got Physical Comedy Master. Well, I think this is Chevy Chase, probably. And I wish they just said something like Chevy Chase or something, where it's a parody on that person instead of, reality TV judge, square-jawed actor, police procedural mainstay, soap opera star, late-night talk show host. Why not Jay Letterman or something like that? I think I would have enjoyed that a little bit more. But that's my only problem. I like the artwork. I like the parodies of the show names are great. And it just gives you that cool thing. Like, yeah, my channel's neat. Okay, so theme's good. But what about the game? I like the game. It's a very simple concept, really. You're sitting around and just basically spending money, which you'll find runs out quickly. So you need to get those advertisements to get money back in. Spending money to get the shows you want, move them in those slots, and you're like, okay, that show gives me viewers here, but it's going to give me a whole lot of viewers in 2, and I could stick it in this slot, but I already have a good show in that slot, and I want to fulfill this, I want to get this, bonus here at the end of the game, because in these network cards are things that can give you points at the end of the game, or they can give you money, and I might want a whole bunch of sci-fi shows, because if I get that, I can get more points that way, and I like that idea. I like the idea of going for, you get bonuses if you get 3 of the same show, or 5 of the same show. You'll get like a free star, or something else you'll get for free. So having a lot of the same thing is a good idea. But maybe you don't want that. Maybe the numbers add up, so you want a more balanced show schedule. And so you get a laugh out of the names and everything. And this brings back almost one of my favorite games, Trump Fabric, which is a game where you made movies and put actors in, where it was fun making that up, but the game itself was good. Well, the Networks is the same way. The game is really almost a perfect length. It scales well for the number of players. I'm actually not a big fan of the interactive cards. I like to be mean in games, but in this one, it just almost felt like a distraction. Like, oh, I worked all that hard and you just got rid of my actor. So, but you can take those out really easily, and I like that. So, no interactive cards in this game for me, but if you want that, it's there. The advanced cards, of course, add those, and I like that those cards exist because you're like, I'm doing all this other stuff, and I want to be the first person to get a show, but that card is very handy. A lot of good choices, and because the cards are going to be different each game, the shows will repeat themselves a lot, but the actors and the ads and the network cards are going to be different. That adds a lot of variety to each game. So good artwork, good components, strong theme integration, and then solid, hey, I'm just moving things around. One of the a cool mechanism of this game is just the fact that you can keep track of your viewers over here. So when it's not my turn, I'll be like, oh, I'm getting like 20 viewers, and I mark it here. So at the end of a round, I'm like, how many viewers do you have? I don't need to add it up. I've already been keeping track of it here. I say I've got 21 viewers this turn. That's a cool concept, again, that just plays in really well. So thumbs up for me. Great theme. It's not trading in the Mediterranean, zombies, or fantasy. It's about running a TV station. And we've all complained about the people who do that. Do a better job. Play this game. Dice Tower Judgment approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!